Gemini. It's your turn. Let's see what's going on with y'all little wishy-washy Geminis. Let's see what's going on with the wishy-washy Gemini. I'm going to set this down real quick. And I'll be right back 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So let's get into this reading with the Geminis. The flirt. The fun, charming, whimsy. Gemini. Flirtatious. Friends as lovers and lovers as friends. That's Gemini. Love a good conversation. You have to be able to spark good conversation with the Gemini to keep them interested in you. Geminis are multitaskers, which means they can be in 2 places at one time. So, you know what that means. So, let's get some energy for the Gemini. Look what's at the bottom of the deck. I promise you, I put this on everything I love. I did not manipulate this deck to actually get Gemini at the bottom. I turned off or I paused the video simply so I can say my prayers. But we know what the reading's all about. And look, it's on the front of the box too. So, Gemini. Gonna get lucky again. Gemini, we see you showing up in your own reading. Let's see what's the energy. I'm not trying to be too loud because the baby is on the other side of the door sleeping. Spirit guides, what is the deal with the Gemini? In a relationship, or is there any type of advice or anything you need to know about this Gemini energy? Gemini. All right. Came out in reverse, but I'm not going to read it in reverse. This is standing up for what you believe in. To me, this looks like that you may be seeing someone that is the same sex of you, or someone who is the opposite race. And people around you might not approve of it, and you two are sticking up for what y'all believe in, sticking up for what y'all feel is right for each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like love is love type shit, and y'all don't want to keep getting attacked for being in love with who you're in love with. You know, you can't help who you fall in love with. And this is who you're attracted to, and you feel like you shouldn't be bullied or bashed for simply following your heart or being in love. You know, you're feeling attacked by your friends and family for being in love, and you don't think it's fair. You feel like you got to defend yourself or defend your love, and you're wondering, in the world that we live in today, why do I have to constantly defend myself for who I love? You know what I'm saying? I also see Gemini putting up boundaries. Some of you Geminis may be putting up boundaries because you might feel like your mate may be overstepping their boundaries, or other people may be overstepping their boundaries by interfering in your relationship. Period. You said enough is enough, and we're not going to keep on taking your insults or your ignorance or just your plain nastiness and rudeness towards our union. And that's just how you feel, and that's what it is. Okay? So let me get a couple, or maybe one from here. I don't want to make this too long. I've been having some real long readings. My phone can't hold that much storage. I have to get one of those micro SD cards. I think I'm going to get one tomorrow. Let's see. What other messages do you have for this Gemini union? Spirit guides. Solar eclipse. Ooh, you know, whenever eclipses come, that means hiding. Something is being hidden. To me, eclipses mean something that's being hidden from you. Or maybe you feel like you have to hide something from your partner. So let's get into this solar eclipse. And look, it's 44. Master number 44. I never got the solar eclipse in with this deck. So I'm going to read and see what it says. This card spells out change. Eclipses, both solar and lunar, are the earliest forecasting tools used in astrology. Through these dramatic sky events, the ancients understood major transformations were about to happen. And since these eclipses looked so dramatic, ancient people greatly feared them. Since during an eclipse the sun and moon give the impression they disappeared, the ancients associated eclipses with serpents they believed were devouring the lights in the sky. Whew. From this, the ancients formed the idea of death and rebirth. Ooh. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. From this, the ancients formed the idea of death and rebirth, which is what eclipses are all about. In other words, when it comes to eclipses, something has to die for better things to be reborn. Ooh, something is coming to an end. Do you think it's your relationship from all the pressure and all the ignorance is causing a strain on your relationship? And it's like, or maybe ending to some of your friendships because of your new choices in relationships, you know? Let's see. In the case of the solar eclipse, the effects are longer lasting. The solar eclipse occurs during the new moon when the sun and moon are in opposition. Wow, but perfectly aligned. The sun and moon being in opposition. So that's a masculine and feminine energy being in opposition, which is basically what Gemini is. Gemini is the yin and yang, the lover's card. Divine masculine and divine feminine energies combining for something greater. But these two energies are battling each other. You know what I'm saying? You have the conscious and subconscious. Feminine, masculine, light and dark, which is what this represents as well. Okay? This does represent Gemini energy. This is yin and yang energy, light and dark. Conscious and subconscious mind. Okay? Some type of internal battle that may be going on. Maybe some of you are having some type of battle going on about your sexuality. I don't know. Okay? I'm looking at the cards. I'm looking at the cards because these, this has put me in the mind as a couple. This looks like, I don't know. The one with the blue jean jacket looks kind of like a boy, but I'm not gonna, Okay. The solar eclipse occurs during the new moon when the sun and moon are in opposition but perfectly aligned. For a brief time, the moon obscures the sun, blocking his view. In essence, this is a blackout It means we must focus on what is directly in front of us. So instead of focusing on everything else around you that doesn't benefit you, focus on what's in front of you. Focus on what makes you happy. And stop worrying about what everybody else got to say about everything else that's going on with you, because these people are literally projecting how they feel about themselves onto you, okay? And got you feeling insecure about what you got going on. Period. Usually a change or a shock is in store, which may not be welcome, but is necessary to move us forward. When the solar eclipse turns up in a reading, you can expect swift changes that end one chapter and start a new one. So something is about to change drastically, and it may even be bringing your relationship to an end. There's going to be something shocking, but maybe it's for the betterment of you. You know what I'm saying? Look, I just picked this up in Tower. So there is a Tower moment coming. That's that Mars energy. Let me put this right here. Okay. You may have felt something would eventually happen, not having recently paid much attention to the situation. Then you're presented with a shock or a jolt, and you're railing over the sudden change. Now, you already been feeling something ain't right. We're going to get past the fact that your friends and family aren't approving and you're feeling attacked and put up a brick wall. But then there's something, maybe your family and friends was right about your relationship, about this person. Maybe you're really about to see this person for who they truly are. And it's not your family and friends hating. It's them seeing something that you can't see because you got on your rose-colored glasses. This is what it sounded like for me. You may, okay, this upheaval takes away what has been familiar and safe, so you can now embark on new territories or even venture to a strange new terrain, but it will be daunting. These events may seem like negatives at first: a divorce, the end of a relationship. What I say? Some of you are getting ready to experience end of your relationship. Is going to be something very shocking, something that has been lingering for a long time. You have been feeling like something hasn't been right, but you have been blowing it off because this is something familiar to you. You don't want to step into the unfamiliar. Maybe you're afraid of dating again. You're afraid of being single again and being alone. But the person that you with, you know something ain't right. But just because you've been with this person for so long, you plan on sticking it out with this person. Spirit is saying no, and you know it, and it's time for an end. And if you don't end it, Spirit always it's the inevitable. Okay, it's what do they say it? How do they say it when it's the Tower moment? This is something beyond your control, basically. Something that's beyond your control. You have no control over what's about to happen because this is spiritual. Period. These events may seem like negatives at first: a divorce, the end of a relationship, being forced to move, and even losing a job. Eclipses tend to affect relationships foremost. This relationship just ain't right, and people around you know it, but you wasn't trying to hear that shit. Okay? However, and so you may soon see stressors and upsetting changes in your relational supports you have counted on. For whatever reason, these may be taken away either for the time being, but perhaps permanently. So the one thing you can count on is that your life will go through a complete rearrangement of sorts. The energies are saying that it is necessary to be cruel before being kind. But eclipses are not always about the downside. Instead, you may see yourself having to dive in, change something, fix something, or create something you hadn't really thought of, but will work out brilliantly. That ends up transforming your life all the ways you've hoped for. maybe beyond your wildest dreams. All in all, when the solar eclipse card turns up, it implies you are being forced to make a decision to act on it. There will be no stepping away from it, even though you may not have been consciously aware of just how much certain issues were not working. It's time to look ahead and finally resolve what held you back. So maybe this person is literally stagnant energy that's in your way. Period. Okay? Now it is time to begin anew and start a new chapter in your life. Okay? So this deals with major adjustments in the home or family settings, breaking old patterns. Being pushed in a new direction and breaking old patterns. This may be you being so clingy and codependent. Feeling like you gotta keep yourself in toxic ass relationships because you're codependency. You're afraid to be alone. Sometimes people need to be alone. Figure themselves out before they and learn how to love yourself before you go jumping into something new and serious and different. Like, and now that I'm tapping into this energy, I'm feeling like I'm all over the damn place. Like, y'all's all over the place. My head is feeling real. Shit. Come on, Gemini, get it together. Feeling lost. Facing what needs to be faced. Being no longer allowed to rely upon the familiar. Changes, crisis, divorce. Yep, this is an ending to this relationship. Stop holding on. Okay? It's time to move on. I'm trying to see if there's any other cards I should pull, which I think I should not. I think I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I'm not going to keep making these too long. Gemini, you have a couple scenarios. One, for real, all in all, there's a big change about to happen with your relationship. And I see something coming to an end, period. A relationship is coming to an end, or divorce is happening. Things are about to be revealed to you. What is hidden is about to be revealed. And things that you have been forcing yourself to not give any attention to, you're going to have to be forced to give attention to it. You can no longer stay blind, and you have to take off the rose-colored glasses, because it's going to happen regardless. Either you're going to let go willingly, or the universe is going to force you to let go. The inevitable is about to happen. Okay? Because you're refusing to let go of a toxic situation. This is holding you back spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. This person is holding you back. Maybe it was something you wanted to try to be different. Okay? But you know deep down inside, that just is not how you feel. You're lost spiritually. You need to ground yourself, and you need to sit with yourself and talk with yourself and get to know yourself, because you're all over the place. You don't know what you want. One day you Pan-African, the next time you Wiccan, then you so feminine. That's that feminism shit. This is what this reminds me of, feminism. One day you're super lesbian, then the next thing you know, you're bringing home a man. Like, you're so confused. And you're creating blockages. My advice to you is to just be alone for a while. To get to know yourself. To truly get to know yourself. Go deep within. Connect with self. Not nothing else outside of you, but with yourself. And listen to yourself. And love on yourself. That way, you're attracting to you what you're putting into yourself. Divine unconditional love, and you're going to start attracting that. But if you are confused, you're going to attract confusion and chaos. And stop letting everybody in your business, because everybody don't have your best interest at heart. A lot of people is just bitter, and they want to project how they feel about themselves onto you. And maybe some of that energy is that and some other people's insecurities is starting to attach to you. This is a cleansing about to happen. Take some time to yourself, and for real, I'm telling you, because there ain't no reason why the universe should have to force a breakup or whatever the case may be. Let me pick this up. Stability, Earth, Cancer. You've been feeling it. 7th house partners. You've been feeling something. 3rd house messages. This is Gemini right here, Mercury. So you've been getting messages. You've been feeling the intuition about your relationship, and you've been getting messages this whole time. You've been ignoring the signs. Pay attention to the signs. Okay? Don't get all bent out of shape and emotional. I'm just a messenger. Either take it or leave it. You don't have to agree with nothing that I say. You can take advice if that's what you choose, but this is me just bringing messages. I'm reading the cards. I'm reading the energy of what is being brought and presented to me, because I started to feel lightheaded and dizzy. And I'm feeling like there's a lot of confusion, just all over the place energy. I started to feel real jittery, like. I feel like maybe some of you guys are on some type of psychiatric medicine too, because you can't control. There's just, you done lost control of yourself, and you letting all these entities and energies take over your mind. Come on, we got to get a grip on reality. There's some healing that has to take place. There's some healing, some self-love, and all of that having to take place. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to get on up out of here. That's all I have for now. This is Mystic Zael. I will be back. Who's next? Cancer's next. Cancer is next. I think I'll do Cancer tomorrow. I'm going to try to finish up the rest by the end of the week. I might even do Cancer later. It's depending. I have to get myself together after this reading, because yeah, I need to take me a bath and cleanse. Golly. All right, y'all. Peace.